In a remote part of the Atlantic, two nations, Beryllia and Crimsonia, face each other across a narrow strait as they have through the ages. Bound by geography and history, their relationship has always been uneasy. Trade and cultural ties endured, but rival claims over each other never disappeared. Old disputes have ignited once more. What began as words turned into airstrikes and occupation. The renewed fighting has left both nations scarred. As the fighting continues, a parallel war unfolds in cyberspace. Power grids, infrastructure, and mines are now part of the battlefield. Every system is a target, every signal a potential weapon. In this new domain, cyber operations blur the line between peace and war. Welcome to Locked Shields 2026, the world's largest live-fire cyber defense exercise.
3, 2, 1.
Let the exercise begin. Thank you.
This exercise tries to replicate real life systems, what we're having, which are getting more complex. And it gives the experience for the audience and trainees there that how difficult it is to protect these systems, but also how difficult it is to hold these systems up while they need to be running.
Starting from water purification to power grid, you name it, we have it all in Locked Shields 2026. Each year we are looking and we are making new cooperations with our industry partners so we can bring each year new systems. Let's take, for example, the power grid. Once the power is off, all the teams will see the effects. So we are asking teams, in case they have struggles on defending the red team attacks, to try and reach out to their allies. Go to their partners, ask if they can borrow some electricity so they can keep the power on and defend their nation.
The new concept is AI voting system, which can be compromised during the elections. And the point of the training audience is to realize how to detect the cyber attack and how to defend against it in the future. Usually people before elections trying to align their values to the parties which they can vote on. So we prepared the AI-based voting system, which is like allowing them to check which political party is the closest to their values. But this system is vulnerable. It was attacked before the elections, before the Locked Shields started. We are able to see that the attack was like very sophisticated because the platform didn't went down. It just starts to showing people one extremist party. That's why it could cause a huge harm during the election if no one will spot it. We are trying to make them as real as it's supposed to be.
From our perspective, Red Team are the opposing forces in Locked Shields 2026. They are the ones that are launching the attacks and they are keeping our blue teams busy. They are adapting very fast to new technologies, and this is what we are also asking blue teams. Each year they need to be as current and relevant, because as Red Team is adjusting, also blue teams, they need to adjust as well.
So at Locked Shields, Red Team is the team that provides entertainment, but not only. The main idea is that Red Team helps to create a learning value. We are the pressure during the game. I think the most important thing from Locked Shields, the best outcome is that blue teams are put under immense pressure and they have to figure out what is the best approach or to change their approach.
If you look at around and the critical infrastructure, what we have, where the water comes, where the electricity comes, and what we do need for our private life, even the mobile phones. Most of these appliances or software is produced by the private sector and owned by the private sector. They are in the front line of cyber attacks every day. The cooperation between the government and the private sector is vital here because it's both sides learning. First, it is important to learn what sort of attacks are out there and what sort of developments are introduced by the private sector, and also what are the needs of the general public sector in order to provide the services and the basic services.
In Siemens, we are basically part of everyone's day-to-day life, so we are supporting critical infrastructure worldwide. Because taking part in this exercise, which is the biggest in the world, also makes us stay resilient and make sure that our solutions are as cyber resilient as possible, and we're keeping up with evolving threats. So we're providing people participating in red, yellows and green team. And we also, our devices are in the green team's systems.
I think we're at a defining moment in how national security organizations protect their data, their systems, their architecture, which ultimately leads to protecting their people. Yeah, so Mattermost is contributing in a few different ways to digital forensics track, new scenarios to strategic exercise, and the platform itself is being used by several pool teams.
So Bitdefender contribution is threefold. We tested cutting-edge technologies during the Partners Run. Now we have the main exercise where we defend the national infrastructure with Bitdefender solutions and with 31 engineers. And we also had the ability to create some live attacks during this exercise. It is important to take part in this exercise, first to increase the trust between the public and the private sectors, and to be ready in case of a national attack on critical infrastructure. And it's also fun.
The best value of this exercise is the community around it. We have more than 600 organizers and 4,000 plus participants. And this annual challenge where everyone comes together, learns to work together with different nations, and having to do it under immense pressure brings out a lot of creativity.
We can have different institutional agreements between different countries, different organizations, but work gets done on the technical level. So it's very important that the technicians know each other, trust each other, and this exercise definitely helps to build this trust. It is important to bring partners together from all around the world. Cyberspace don't have borders. So we all work in the same environment and need to get relationships and procedures to work together.
Cyber, it's a team sport, so everyone needs to keep an eye on his let's say partner and make sure they are speaking the same language. So right now we have multiple nations at the exercise, but everyone speaks the same language. It's cyber.
This is the world's largest exercise, and of course we are proud to host that and to organize that, but we're happy that we have so many partners, and not only NATO partners but also partners outside of NATO. So we just have to actually limit the participation already. It's not possible to bring everyone who wants to participate, but it's important to keep the quality, and it's important to show to the world that we are ready to tackle also the cyber threats.